As we start up the new school year, the state of Ohio is moving forward with a cell phone ban. Now, across the country, states like Florida and Utah already have statewide restrictions on student cell phone use. The Ohio State Legislature says that by January 2026, all school districts must create policies to prohibit cell phones during the school day. Joe Simko, principal of Howland High School, is here now with more on how these policies will benefit students. Joe, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Derek.
Before I get to your school specifically, was cell phone usage in schools a hot topic among colleagues that you know?
Absolutely. I think it ties back to the distractions and just managing the distractions and keeping kids focused on the task at hand, and some frustration that was felt in schools with staff. Keeping kids' attention and being as productive as possible. So absolutely.
Now you have had a policy in place this past year. What did that look like?
So our policy is kind of like, to sum it up into a simple term, might be like, don't hear, don't see, don't tell, right? So removing the cell phone from being part of the everyday or every moment of interactions was important. So our students keep their cell phones in their lockers or their book bags, and they don't use it. It's not part of what we do anymore. They have access to their one-on-one Chromebook devices for technology use, and it eliminated that need for using a cell phone in any capacity. So that's a simplified version of it.
When did you guys implement that policy?
So that was last school year. So we started at the beginning of the school year, and so we're going into our second year of having that policy.
And so when you implemented that, did you see the change in student focus?
Well, we absolutely did, and from feedback from parents and students themselves, as well as our staff, it was palpable. Absolutely noticing students being more on task, more engaged in the learning process, and more social, and just happier, more productive individuals.
Do you guys have any plans to make any changes to that policy or make it maybe even more restrictive?
I wouldn't say that we would make it any more restrictive. We want to treat the kids as young adults and understand the way I explain it too is we want students to be able to get in their car, put it in the glove box, or put the phone down, be able to drive safely and focus on the task at hand. So we treat them like young adults and understand, just like how when our staff comes to work or when I come to work, is the phone goes away unless it's something to do with work or some sort of emergency. So we want to treat them like young adults and understand that there's barriers to technology use.
Are they able to use them in the hallways in between classes?
So they're not, because that, again, there's a lot of gray area there and a lot of difficulty in managing all that. So it is downtime. See, from the time school starts until the time school ends or they're dismissed, it is to be away in their locker or their book bag.
Right, got it. Finally, what advice do you have for educators as they maybe start to work on their own policies for their own school districts with students coming back to school?
Well, I would say every school's a little different depending on your size and type of community you're in. For us, this is what has worked for us, and we've seen a distinct decline in negative behaviors, suspensions, expulsions. We've seen an improvement in academics. We've seen improvement in our average test scores, end of course exams, ACT scores, and not to attribute all of that only to the fact that cell phones changed. But I would say is the most important thing is student well-being. We've noticed an improvement in student well-being, and I would just say as advice is be flexible enough to make the minor tweaks or changes that you need to as you go through the start of a school year, and make sure that it's tailored around what works for your school.
And I don't know about other parents, but for a parent like myself, we see it at home. When you limit the screen time, they are just better human beings. So
yeah, I would say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, no. I would say is the lunchroom got louder.
Yes.
In a good way. A lot more interaction, and that was probably the best part. It did not take long to see kids having higher quality engagement with each other and with the staff, which just improves student morale and staff morale.
Absolutely. Yep. Mr. Simko, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for your time, Derek. Appreciate it.